let's talk about Brayden Willis. Brayden Willis, to me, has the best shot of any tight end the Niners have brought in to actually dethrone Ross Dwelley and take his roster spot. Like this is the biggest competition Ross has had because Ross is the guy in camp who will win every rep in one-on-ones. It's like he won't give you an opportunity to take his job. He's not spectacular, but he's not messing up ever. Yeah. And Latu is not going to beat him. Like Latu will take Charlie Warner's job, no problem. But Brayden Willis, like I saw him, he didn't do one-on-ones, but he is a silky smooth route runner. He's got a lot of confidence in his hands. He catches the ball away from his frame. He's a lot like Dwelley, except a little shorter and a lot faster. So this is going to be a very interesting camp battle. Dwelley better bring it because Willis is good.
Well, again, more competition at the position.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the size difference. Ross has been here long enough, and he's been with a group long enough that he should have developed more as a blocker by now. I like Ross.
Fair.
But that's fair. You've been here.
He gives it his all, but it's still not enough.
It's not. And if we're looking at the floor of what Brayden brings in as a rookie, he's better than Ross as a blocker. Just out of the box. So now
he also doesn't look small. I said he's smaller than Latu. He looks bigger than Kittle to me.
Yeah,
looks big.
He's bigger than He's a legit 6'3", 6'4". He's not small.
No.
Also, so if you have the blocking element down, what do you ask yourself? Okay, so let's go to athleticism. Ross isn't more athletic than Brayden.
Brayden says he runs a 4.6. I don't know if he does run a 4. He didn't actually put it on.
Chest too. And you know what? I tend to believe him. I tend to believe him. Yeah.
He's explosive. He's open a lot. Just watching him in the rookie minicamp, he looked like he was open every play.
Yeah. So my biggest thing is that he plays with a lot of attitude, which you love. You just want to see if that attitude is going to traverse when the big boys come. I want to see you block grown men.
I like the finesse in his game. Like, to me, a tight end who has that wiggle at the top of the route and can get open consistently, like, I mean, you could call it a slot receiver, whatever. Like, that's a unique skill set. You know, Dwelley has it. You don't use it. Jordan Reed has it. Travis Kelce has it. Jawan Jennings has it. Like, this is the kind of guy you could flex out, put him in the slot on 3rd and 7, and he can win. And you can know he's going to win. Like, I like a guy like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's a mismatch. You know, he is a mismatch. He can stress your defense.
He can beat man coverage.
Yeah, he's the type of player where you could actually attack a weakness, where you could get a linebacker out in space, get a safety out in space, and really put your defense in conundrums, right? Yeah. So I think that Brayden is a force to be reckoned with because of the type of player he is. He's not necessarily I don't see him as an inline blocker. I don't. So I just think that
he's a little slim for that.
He's a little too slim for that. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, if anybody's listening to this, they're probably saying, now, wait a minute. Now, you guys said that he was kind of the same size as Kittle. But one thing that we have to say about George is that George is not a good blocker because of his strength. Blocking is 1,000% technique. It is a technique in initiative, and it's an effort initiative.
Effort. Yeah.
And the thing about Brayden is that when you learn technique through blocking, the only way you get better is through reps, right?
Yeah.
And I think that we use George as an inline blocker, but people we take for granted just how technically sound he is at blocking.
Right, and how he's kind of undersized for the position.
He's undersized and he's doing
the fact that he's such a good blocker is like doubly impressive considering he's not 6'6", 260.
The blocking assignments that George gets are for tight ends that look like Cameron Latu. That's right. So I don't want us to get lazy eyes and think that, a guy slightly bigger than George, maybe he could still block like George. No, George is a phenomenal blocker.
Right.
So with that, I do see Brayden being used in space. I see him being used out of the backfield as an H-back. He can really deliver a blow as a blocker coming from depth, being able to run 2 to 3 yards to actually get some pop under him. So go ahead.
But the difference, like, between him and Latu as a receiver, like with Latu, where you're looking for ways to get him in space so he can run people over, like, I don't need you to run a route and get open. I'll run you behind the line of scrimmage on a play action, and it'll get you open in space, get the whole defense flowing this way because we got Debo, McCaffrey, and Ayuk over here, and then all of a sudden it's Latu. It's one-on-one against a corner. Like, I'll get that for you, and you look great in that. But Willis, to me, is the kind of guy, like, you get him matched up against a linebacker in the NFL.
He might score.
Oh, he might score. Like,
he might score. Yeah.
Yeah. So both are very interesting weapons. And again, I love having guys like this who are dangerous and at fifth options. Like, no one's freaking thinking about Cam Latu or Brayden Willis if they're on the field, because there's 4 other guys who will kill you. And these guys, like Ja'Cour Pearson, can score a touchdown. Like Brayden, like, these guys are all interesting weapons as fifth options.
Yeah,
as fifth options.
And that's the thing. We're kind of like
almost more interesting than Juszczyk, if dare I say.
My direct comp for Juice is Brayden Willis.
Okay.
It's not the kid out of Oklahoma. It's not the kid out of Oregon State.
I'm telling you right now, Brayden Willis is a more talented receiver than Juszczyk. No offense, but he's 6'4".
Yeah.
He can you could do more with him as a receiver.
If we could find a way to make Brayden our H-back, my God, like that's a
because you can't account for him. You have to account for everyone else, man. You got to put your worst player on Brayden.
It's 11 on 11 defense.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Chris Grove says, money for Grant. Question for Coach. Coach, what's your coaching background? I always wondered why you're called Coach. Love the content, fellas.
Oh, I coached at Bowie High School, coached at Bowie State, and did some recruiting for Georgetown University. That's my coaching background.